This year's Six Nations continues to deliver blockbuster results, folks, because Italy have just got their first ever win over England. Historic stuff. Unbelievable. This game was 0-0 after like 20 minutes. I thought England, with their kicking game, were going to squeeze the Italians out of this one. When the Italians had a stupid yellow card, it was like 18 points to 10. England 2 scores in front, man advantage. I thought for sure this was going to go that same old way that it always does. The Italians might be plucky for a while, but Italy not going to be able to really push England. It'll end up comfortable enough, even if it's a bit ugly. But I was dead wrong. England had a couple of stupid yellow cards of their own, one more stupid than the other, especially coming from your captain. Mauro gave away a really dumb one at maul time, and the Italians showed some real kind of mental fortitude to not only keep in the game, take their chances, but then hold the game out at the death. Great result for the Italians. Great step forward for Italian rugby. They are in a very good place. Steve Borthwick is going to be under unbelievable pressure after this result. Because that is, as I said, that is a historic first. We'll go through some of the key events and stats. You guys can let us know your thoughts. We expected a lot of kicking from England in this one, and we saw that early. They did have a few chances. They had a 5-metre line-out chance, which they fluffed by giving away an obstruction penalty, and then they had a chance to kind of run it back from a pretty poor Italian clearance kick. Freeman was streaming down the right wing, but they took neither of the chances. Italy didn't have a heck of a lot of possession and territory. When they did get some, the Italian crowd was really getting behind the team, but there wasn't a lot going for them. Their scrum was starting to concede penalties, but England, for all their pressure, scored nothing. And the Italians, when they finally had a chance to take a shot at goal, they took it. And again, a soft England penalty. They had their own line-out. In their own half, admittedly. But offside at your own line-out is a pretty unforgivable one from England. So the Italians slot the points, 3 points to 0. They'll be pretty happy, the Italians, with that scoreline, given the way the game had been going. That being said, England scored the first try. They did really well. Some good carries in the build-up. They could start from a midfield scrum penalty they won, but it was like Finn Smith with a big carry, Ben Earl with a big carry over the advantage line. One of the English props had tipped him on the ball, so good over the advantage line. They compact the Italian defence, shift it wide. Freeman, bam, try, misconversion, but 5 points to 3. So the Italian lead did not last very long. And Luke Ramos, to his credit, although the scrums were messy, was trying to keep the game moving. Like Sam Underhill at one point, like Genge had been bleeding, Underhill was bleeding, and he was like, get him off or tape him up, let's get the game moving. So that was, I guess, one pleasing aspect, although I feel like the game took a wee while because there were a few battered and bruised bodies which caused, stoppages in this game. It was high physicality, let's just kind of put it that way. More Italian errors. I felt like Alessandro Garbisi kicked it out on the full. England had another chance, but conceded another penalty, so a big let-off. I feel like England missed a lot of chances, and then the Italians, who hadn't had a heck of a lot of possession and territory, do the opposite. When they finally get themselves a chance to attack, they took it, man. They found a gap in England's defensive line. They had been playing with some nice width. They shifted it left out to Ioane's wing, and Ioane I'd criticised a little bit for being quiet. He was good in this game. They shifted it out to his wing. They shifted it back right to the midfield. Menoncello, who is such a good player. Wasn't that many years ago that he was player of the Six Nations, remember? Player of the tournament. He goes through a gap between, was it Hayes and was it Underhill? A couple of the English forwards, and then he's got enough gas to go around Daly at fullback. So try time, Italy, 10 points to 5. They restore their lead in combination with their penalty. So, yeah, chance taken compared to what England's success rate or red zone conversion rate has been. Very, very efficient from the Italians. It's a bit scrappy from England, but they do have one chance before halftime, and boy, do they take it. It's finished with Finn Smith, who dinks over for Roebuck. I remember they've been kicking for Roebuck all day long, but this is a proper kind of cross kick for Roebuck, who's still got a bit of work to do. He's got to show some footwork to finish off the try. It's a great try from Roebuck, but to be fair, it starts with Italy just coughing up the ball from their own scrum move. So it's quick heads-up play from England, turnover ball, look to attack, and they got the rewards for it. So 12 points to 10 lead at halftime for England. Possession-wise, it's 57-43 to England. Territory 60-40 to England. So like I mentioned, they've had more ball. They probably should have had... They've had 22 defenders beaten to 9. They probably should have had more than a 2-point lead, but their efficiency on execution has been lacking, and you got to give the Italians some credit. For that. There has been a fair bit of kicking, with each side putting in 18, which is a bit higher, especially compared to some of the other games we've seen this round. Second half starts, and Lorenzo Pani, remember, who's in for Capuozzo at fullback, shows a bit of poor footballing skills for an Italian, where he tries to stop a ball with his foot from a kick through and ends up fumbling it. So it's a golden chance from England. They end up having a 5-metre tap chance, and they go very close to scoring from it. I think it was Gensch. Just tried to dot the ball down on the line. Again, probably should have scored from that situation, but it's ruled as a knock-on. The TMO has a quick look at it to make sure, and indeed it is knocked on. So the missed chances from England are really adding up, but they did win the resulting scrum penalty anyway to at least get 3 points from it. So 15 points to 10. They extend their lead. It is Italy's turn to win a scrum penalty not too long later, because they had been under the pump. But when they try to push the English guys back, Mauro wins a penalty at the breakdown to halt the Italian play. And then Nicotera gives away a stupid yellow card on 52 minutes. He's at the breakdown. He just shoves an arm through, knocks the ball away. It is cynical, it is stupid, and it is slotted from England. So 18 points to 10, 2-score game, man advantage. That is honestly the moment where I'm like, that's the game. I know it's only an 8-point lead, and that's a stupid thing to think, but the way you've seen Italy and England games go in the past, you feel like Italy need to be on form. They need to be doing what they've been doing earlier and taking their chances. They can't be giving away stupid yellow cards like that. And you saw Gonzalo Quesada in the coach's box, like a little wry smile on his face, like, God damn it. So dumb. But that was not the only yellow card we saw. 56 minutes is maybe a big turning point, because the Italians were starting to play pretty helter-skelter, under-pressure rugby, but the TMO gets in and says there's a high shot from an England player to look at. They initially showed the wrong footage on the screen, because the ref's like, there's nothing in that, but TMO says, no, wrong footage. Let's find the right footage. Takes a little bit too long to find it, but we find the right footage. It's an Underhill high tackle on Fischetti. He gets himself yellow carded. So we are 14 on 14, and Italy opt for the 3-pointer, and it is a 1-score game because it is now 13 points to 18. Then we get another Italian shot. Garbisi slots one in off the post. It only just snuck in, and it started with a stolen lineout, to be fair. Then a breakdown penalty. So yeah, the Italians are suddenly 16 points to 18 behind, within one kick of going in front. Then Nicotera comes back on 63 minutes, and so you got a short period where it's 15 against 14. I'm thinking this is the chance, because you're down England's end. You got the man advantage. They maul it, and Mauro, I don't know what he's thinking here, but he slaps the ball down from the back of that maul as they're trying to get it out from the 9. And it is immediately spotted by the officials. So your captain, in a key moment of the game, goes to the bin. It's as dumb as the Nicotera one, maybe worse. For your captain, who's got 101 caps now, to be doing that is ridiculously stupid. Like, Borthwick is not to blame for that. That's pressure. It's a bad yellow card to be given. That being said, 15 on 13, the Italians maul it again, and they don't get anything from it. They end up in touch. So I thought that was a massive mischance from the Italians to punish, because then the first yellow card to Underhill is over, so we come back to a one-man difference, 15 against 14. And then I thought Italy were trying to throw it away again because they lost the line out. Di Bartomeu, the replacement hooker, takes out Van Portfleet in the air. It's a real let-off for England. England are kind of being piggybacked up the field. I feel like the Italians are choking away this great chance they had. England's kicking game is working very well during the yellow card period. They even charged the Italian guys down as they were trying to clear it. They went very close to a try. England. But it was Italy. Italy who scored the next try. They finally got some possession. Garbisi did a really lateral kick to Ioane. It's basically straight across the field. It's not even really going forwards. I thought, what are you doing? You're insane, man. You're insane. But no, he's a visionary. Ioane managed to pop it to Menoncello. Menoncello beats Daly, gets it to Maureen on the support line. 23-18. Oh my gosh, what a try. Beautiful stuff. So you're left with England needing to go length of the field to chase the game down. They gave it a good crack. Chesham had a break. Freeman got himself isolated. Lamoureux won a little bit of a contentious turnover because he was not exactly through the gate for the old terminology, but it is given to the Italian guys. They still have to win their line out, but they do it, and they're able to kick the ball out. Game over. Italy get a much-deserved win. I say much-deserved because they took their chances. They took their chances. Both sides had kind of pressure moments where I feel like they didn't handle the pressure well, but the Italian guys probably had fewer of those than England, I suppose, in the scheme of things. Possession finishes 53-47, likewise the territory in England's favour, but the line breaks is 9-6 to the Italians. They were so sharp when they got themselves some possession. Defenders beaten was 38-20 to England, though, so they also had some key attacking play. Kicks from hand was 38-37, with England kicking once more. There was a lot of kicking in this game. I feel like it was always going to be the way. Scrums were a bit messy. Like, I don't know how many scrums actually got completed. It felt like not that many. A lot of scrums ended in penalties, which is not ideal watching as a viewer, but it certainly gives attacking platforms for teams. Ben Earl continued to be busy on the carry with 20. Itoje, despite his dumb yellow card, won 3 turnovers, so he was the top man in that regard, but Menoncello, 3 line breaks. Liner, 2 line breaks. Ioane, 2 line breaks. Liner even won a couple of turnovers. Zuliani, 15 tackles. Cracking stuff from the Italians. Massive congratulations to you guys. This is not about England being bad or what England did wrong, because Italy did a lot right. We've got to give them full credit for the win. Obviously, Borthwick's boys missed some chances and could have done a lot better, but such is the game, right? Pressure gets put on. Guys miss chances, make silly mistakes. And yeah, Italy took the chances they had. Clinical stuff from the Italians. You guys let us know your thoughts. If you want Italian gear to celebrate, there's the Six Nations shop down in the description. They're an affiliate of this channel. They sell gear. So I like rugby gear. Get yourself some of your own. Help out the channel. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.